Before his death, Don Rickles, the legendary insult comic known as Mr. Warmth, exposed the truth about his longtime friend Johnny Carson, and what he revealed shocked fans who had only ever seen the polished, controlled version of Carson on The Tonight Show, a man who appeared to the world as the king of late-night television, but behind the curtain carried secrets, struggles, and a complex personality that few ever understood. Rickles and Carson shared a unique relationship that spanned decades, one built on banter, comedy, and mutual respect. But unlike most guests who feared Carson's icy stare or unpredictable temper, Rickles had a rare ability to poke fun at him without consequence, making their exchanges iconic in late-night history. As Rickles aged and reflected on his career, he began opening up about what Carson was really like off-camera, describing him as a man who could be both incredibly generous and deeply withdrawn, someone whose brilliance as a broadcaster masked his loneliness and insecurities. Rickles confessed that while the public adored Carson as the charming, quick-witted host who launched countless careers, behind the scenes he often struggled with broken relationships, an intense need for control, and a sadness that haunted him until his final days. He spoke of how Carson's coldness at times alienated friends and family, leaving him surrounded by admirers but still emotionally isolated, a reality that Rickles found both tragic and telling about the pressures of fame. Rickles also admitted that Carson's perfectionism, the very quality that made him a television legend, often consumed him, creating an atmosphere where those closest to him felt they could never truly measure up. Yet at the same time, Carson could surprise you with acts of warmth and loyalty that revealed a softer side hidden from the cameras. In exposing this truth, Rickles wanted fans to understand that Carson was not simply the untouchable icon of television, but a flawed, complicated man who bore the weight of success in ways few could imagine. Their friendship, filled with jabs, laughter, and moments of candor, gave Rickles a front-row seat to Carson's humanity, and in sharing his reflections before his own death, Rickles ensured that the world would see Johnny Carson not just as a legend, but as a man whose life was filled with both triumph and tragedy. The revelation left fans heartbroken because while they celebrated Carson's legacy as one of the greatest hosts of all time, they also mourned the lonely struggles that accompanied his fame, struggles that even his closest confidants like Rickles could not completely heal. In the end, Rickles' exposure of the truth was not meant to diminish Carson's legend, but to add depth to it, reminding us that even the brightest stars of television carried shadows that fame could never erase, and that sometimes the most beloved public figures live lives far sadder and more complicated than the laughter they bring to the world.